Hey guys, what's up? StrikerX7 here, back in with a video. Today we're just checking out a bit of my gameplay on Command & Conquer 3. Oh shoot. Dropped my headset, sorry about that. What we're looking at here, we're gonna be talking about a topic that I've been rambling in my head. Oh, hang on a second, let me change the audio, because you guys probably can't hear me. Just make this a little bit...
Clear to engage. Light them up.
That should be good enough. Alright, I think you guys can hear me. That should be good enough. Today we're going to be talking about how, the topic is... Wait, hang on a second. I think it's a little bit too loud on something. I can hear, like, freaking... There. Alright, so... There's been a lot of people talking about how COD has no teamwork or whatever, and TF2 has more team play than COD does, and why COD players hate TF2. And I saw the video, yeah, and I listened to the whole thing. But I mean, it really bothers me how people think that there is no team play in COD, or teamwork and team play. Which, for some reason, they don't understand, because it's right up there, it's right under their noses, it's right there. They just can't see it. I don't know why. But I mean, they're saying there's no team play when there really is team play. There's a ton of ways I can explain it, but I just want to do it in one simple way that you guys will understand. There's one simple thing to say: support kill streaks. Oh yeah, it blew my mind. Just blew everyone's mind. No, I'm playing. In support kill streaks, I'm gonna go break this down for you guys. UAVs. The UAV will essentially show where the enemies are on the map, not only for you but your teammates, so that way they can tell whether they're about to be attacked from behind or not. Same with advanced UAVs, which advanced UAVs are a lot better than that. UAVs are also in in assault kill streaks. So in Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4, you can't say there's no team play when there was a UAV in there. What else is there? There's also the ballistic vests and the recon drone. Well, actually, those two are completely different. The ballistic vests will, you give them to your teammates, and they will put them on, and you get points for it. They get points for it. Well, actually, I don't think they get points for it. I think they just get a ballistic vest. And it blocks enemy fire. And you gave it to them. And, it's team play. I don't even know why I just worded it like that, but yeah, it's team play. You just helped your team. So that's team play. Let's see, what else is there? There's also the EMP. Came out of nowhere. It disables enemy tech, not only for you, but also for your teammates. Probably with everything else. There's also some stuff that are very overpowered in support kill streaks. Like, for example, the stealth bomber is very annoying. There's no reason why they would put in there if it's support kill streaks only. But still, I mean, if you look at the other benefits for it, there are still, the recon drone, which paints enemies on the map permanently, and it helps the team as well. So that support kill streaks are part of team play. It is true, even though you just earn them. But I mean, I'm probably gonna hear someone say, "Well, you have to earn them." I mean, in TF2, there's one thing to say, but I mean, you don't even realize that there's also the portable radar and the trophy system. The trophy system will block anything from a flashbang to an RPG, or a javelin, or a predator missile to block from your teammates. Let me tell you something. And this is not only for yourself, but also for your team. When they're capturing a flag, you put the trophy system down. It blocks flashbangs. Portable radar shows them when they're not on the map in close range. And when people are defending, or like a flaggers, or defending a bomb site or something, or you're gonna go to ninja defuse, you got portal radar, and your teammates can see. Not only you, but your teammates can see. Now I know you're gonna say, I know someone's gonna say, well, in free for all you can't do that. It's only for you. Well, let me tell you something. Do you see a team in free for all? Seriously? And I'll just be done. There's also the well, I could get into more. There's also the recon, which is a perk. It paints enemies on the map with like explosive. Even though it's very annoying and very overpowered, it's still team play. You can paint. Well, it doesn't really paint them permanently, but it paints them for a short amount of time, enough for your teammates to actually get them. And well, it's not only for you, but for your teammates. So yeah, that's another way to put it. There's also the what else is there? There's also the well, I can go in the sit rep, but I mean, I'd put that more in teamwork because what the hell? Wait a minute. Oh my god, AVG. No, I don't care. I don't care. Oh. Oh, sorry guys, back again. I think I kind of skipped some parts of this because there's really no replay control on here. But I think I just kind of skipped it because I think I kind of covered up. The rest, some of the parts didn't really matter. So I guess this makes it a little bit much easier. But anyway, I think we were just talking about SitRep Pro and how I think, I'm pretty sure we were talking about SitRep Pro and how I think it's more of teamwork than team play. Why I think it's more of teamwork than team play? Well, because when you have a team and you're using more of teamwork than when you're using teamwork with your teammates or whatever, and you're communicating, you can tell them like, hey, there's a claymore right there, watch out, and or hey, there's a portal radar, make sure you stay away from it, or hey, there's a trophy system, don't throw flashbangs or else you're wasted. So that's more of teamwork. Most people though use it just for like the, just, well, most people just use it for themselves. So that's really nothing much. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can basically say about teamwork and how it's in Call of Duty. It's not how it's really is in Call of Duty when people are saying it's not. Now, the only thing I really hate about how the only thing I hate about Battlefield, I have no problem with the game itself. I just hate the community. Why? Well, I literally do hate the community. Why? Because there's always a lot. Well, actually, most of the people that play Battlefield are always hating on COD. And the funny thing is, oh, actually, I have one more thing to talk about in team play. Actually, two more things. When I was on Battlefield, I didn't want people to think that, well, you haven't played Battlefield that much. You played more of Call of Duty in this game. I went on Battlefield for like a week, and I started playing it. I started playing it again, actually. And, I talked to a little bit of people, asking them what they think about COD. I mean, what do they think about Battlefield and teamwork? And I talked to only 3 people because everyone else didn't have their microphones, and so that's one downside to Battlefield. Not a lot of people have mics in. Not a lot of people really use, their communication for teamwork. They only have to be in parties like lots of people do in COD. And I asked the 3 people, what do you think about teamwork in Battlefield? And guess what? Only one of them was a squeaker, as people call it, and he was, being a squeaker. Not that kind of. I'm not talking about like a nice squeaker that's not arrogant, whatever. This guy was really arrogant, and he was talking about like, oh yeah, Battlefield's the best game in the world. Yeah, it's got so much teamwork, and it's got and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I'm done. So I also talked to a bunch of people, some grown people that are actually mature and know about Battlefield, and they were talking about how, both of them said like, there is teamwork in game, but I mean, there should be teamwork in the, I mean, there is teamwork in the game that you can do, but there isn't. There really isn't. There's barely any showing. No one really does use teamwork. There should, though. People should use teamwork, but the lack of communication, the lack of people in the squad, is just a downside to it. He also said, like, I mean, the teamwork in Battlefield is very minimal. Just being the fact that like, the people on there just don't really listen. There are some people that do listen. Like, on one of the games, I talked to this, just to have fun, I talked to this guy that didn't have a microphone, and he actually listened this time. And we played Price and Soap. It was pretty fun. But I mean, even though, like, there's just, it doesn't really make sense to me on how people, there's people, grown people, that play the game and know things, know teamwork and all that, that see no teamwork. It just scares me on how Battlefield's a teamwork game, but there really isn't any teamwork. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. I was just stunned or shocked in how that didn't really make any sense. Even though like, teamwork was a big priority in the game in the first place. Well, actually, not really more of a priority. More the realism, the graphics were more of that. I just don't get it. I thought Battlefield had their game here. Teamwork was their #1 thing. But I don't get it. Now, team play in TF2 is very strong. There's a lot of team play in TF2. Like, almost every corner you go to, there's team play. But the only thing I have a problem with it is the people on TF2 are saying that COD has no team play. Well, you can already count on that. I just said all the team play that it's in COD, so there is team play. There really is. I think it might even be a defense tutorial. I don't know, but I mean, I literally could, and I have proof of this too. When I was well, you can look at my channel. I was talking to a bunch of people on how, well, actually, just 2 people. Well, actually, no, not really 2 people. More of a community on why COD players hate TF2. I put like, actually, you see, I'm a COD player and I love TF2. I played TF2. It's pretty fun. I like the game. I didn't say I love it, but I think it's pretty fun. I actually like the game. I might even reinstall it, being that I reformatted my computer. But anyway, I mean, I like the game. That's all I put in the comments. And it's like 5 people disliked it because they know I'm right. And one person even said, well, that's just you. I mean, there could be some other person that's arrogant and stupid. Like, all COD players are arrogant and stupid. Well, guess what? I rage on COD a lot. What's the difference? I mean, there's a lot of people who rage on COD. I mean, there's a lot of people who rage on every game. But I mean, I rage a lot on COD. I like the game TF2. So, I mean, even though I even complain about hard scopes, but I still like TF2. I'm an average COD player. I still like TF2. What's your point? And I got negative dislikes as well. And I knew I've won. I also put, this guy said there's no teamwork in COD, which, like I said, I explained that spawn killing doesn't happen for a reason. I'll get into that later. And obviously I got disliked, and even one of the people on that video went to my montage and literally, disliked it and said a whole bunch of mean things like, this is obvious, this gameplay sucks, no joke. And I said, and says the one who has no montage, came from the video that had all my comments disliked, and at the same time is arrogant, because arrogant people always do that. Go on a video and say, I'm better than you, just like Trixie. So anyway, one of the guys who responded back on my teamwork comment, he said, there's no team play either. Well, I mean, he said, yeah, there might be teamwork from parties and stuff, but there's no team play. And as I said before, as I said in the comments, as I said in this video, I put in the comments all the things that's team play, that counts as team play in this video. So I mean in COD. So there you go. If people are saying I'm wrong, then I'm okay with it. But I mean, still, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of dislikes on this video. There's gonna be like a lot of people just trolling. Well, just trolls. There's gonna be a lot of video response. There's gonna be a good amount of video responses. And I'm gonna get a lot of rants. I'm gonna get a lot of people saying that I'm stupid and I'm ugly. I play Battlefield and I think you're the stupidest person in the world. But I'm just gonna say, well, that just proves that I won. That just proves that I'm right. That just proves I'm right. There's also this one. Well, this is completely out of topic, but I mean, there's also this one person that said something like how COD is on COD Ghosts. I'm gonna make a video about that later. Well, I did make a video, but I mean, it just wasn't really good enough. I didn't like how I was rambling too much. But I said stuff like how I said, this guy said that COD is dead. It's like the worst game. COD Ghosts is the worst game because they always do the same thing every single time. It doesn't make any difference. When I reposted back saying, well, there is a new engine coming out. COD isn't really dead. It's been staggering a lot. And he says it's been getting worse and worse. Well, yeah, it's been getting worse and worse, but at the same time, the games have been getting better. And I said, and he says, who cares? I mean, COD Ghosts is still going to be probably the worst game out of all the CODs because it's just going to be the same thing. They're trying to perfect it all the time. And I said, you know what, dude? Maybe you should actually look at the game first. Look on Google. And I said, try using Google. He said, what? You use Google for all the stuff? You can literally look at everything and see that COD's dead. And then he actually went on YouTube and looked at the COD Ghost trailer and all the stuff that came out for the game, the little sliding mechanism and stuff. And he came back to me saying, wow, I actually looked at the stuff and this actually might be a really good game. And I'm like, oh my god, I won. Oh, by the way, right there, if you can see that what just happened there with my stealth, that's why I like this game. You can actually use stealth in this game, and you can rock bite past everybody, and you can immediately take out one of their turns from behind. Like it's like a sneak attack. This is all out full war right here. It's just amazing how there's more priorities than just you fire. I mean you send your units, they send their units, and it's just one-on-one. It's more than that. It's like freaking stealth and all that. I just love it. But anyway, I mean, that what I just said there kind of relates to when I talked about how I could be a defense attorney, whatever. This is gonna take probably forever, so I think I'm kind of done with the team play topic. I might just, or the teamwork and team play topic. I might as well just talk about how this gameplay works. Actually, I might even talk about, if for people who play Command and Conquer, woohoo, and I'm gonna give you for people who are having a little bit of trouble in Command and Conquer and having trouble trying to beat a brutal enemy, here's some little bit of tips. The first I'd start off with when you're playing Command and Conquer is start off with a teammate or team AI as kind of a diversion. I mean, you'll still get attacked, but I mean use it as like a diversion. Use it as like their first strike. And I made it hard for some reason because I don't know. I should have made it like medium or something. But I mean, yeah. The next thing you want to do is you want to make, as you can see here, you want to be not or GDI. It makes it much easier. But if you're Scrin, I can't tell you anything about that because I'm no experience with Scrin. But on the first thing you want to do when you're on like not or GDI, you want to take your missile squad and your rifle squad, or your let me see here, what do you call it? Your militant squad? I don't know what that says. And the militant rocket squad. And you want to hang on, let me free roam here. You want to put them, as you saw in the other video, you want to put them right here because they can attack both vehicles and infantry. So the rockets are back here. Like I'll just show you. Like the rockets are back here whenever, and the military is back here, and they're firing like as if they were freaking artillery and all, and you got these guys over here just like firing back at them. So that's pretty cool. And at the same time, you want to make 2 of the vehicle depot. So, especially on this map, being that there's so much Tiberium, you want to make sure that on the first one, you want to make units. Like, I'd put it right here, and you'd make like a bunch of units. Like, for example, these 3, and that's probably it, because that's probably what this all gonna show up. And then the next one, you want to make at least 3 or 4. I put 5 on this one, or I think, yeah, just 3 of them, because, you know, that's all I need. And you want to also control your harvesters too, because they'll get away with only getting this much. And there's like a big Tiberium field over here because it got depleted or something. So you want to control your guys and just make sure they go over here. And as you're making these, you're gonna use them as offense, but at the same time you want to use them as defense. So just grab all of them and move them up and use them as defense. Make sure there's a fair amount, like the anti-air and the ground only. And as you progress, make the you want to start off by making this one. Don't make this one, you really don't need it. Just make this one and this one, and you'll just go ahead and like put them anywhere you want. And use the upgrades. I use this one. I don't really care about this one. I'd use it anyway, but I mean, I don't really care about it much because I really don't make Reckoners. I do make Scorpion tanks, but I don't really use them as, you know, reckoning things. You want to get this one and this one. This one you really don't need. I mean, the Raider buggies don't really need EMP coils. It does help them, but it's just a waste of money to me. These 2 though, you're gonna need because they're a big help. As you can see here, I'm already completely destroying them. As you can see, this laser compactor, once they're, as you can see, they're red. These right here, they're already come with them. So, but these are, it upgrades the Scorpion tanks and these guys with red lasers. And when they're fully upgraded, like this guy is as you can see, he's fully promoted. He's got the blue laser, and that's more powerful and a lot faster. Also, you want to get the because you can get the Tiberium core missiles, that is a lot more powerful than just using standard missiles. But I would stick with standard missiles, but I mean, you know, core missiles are just a little bit more powerful. Now, stealth tanks are very helpful in this type of situation as not. Oh, and by the way, in GDI, when you have one of these stuff like this, you want to get the whatchamacallit, the mortar. I really don't know. I don't remember all the stuff. I might make a video and then show you that. I'm kind of missing all the action here. It's nothing but just me just completely annihilating the whole team. I kind of also put raid points on them just to make sure they get the job done. Well, as you can see here, I kind of mess around and get like 100 of these things. The units, you don't really need much units. I just use like the same amount of units. As you can see, these 2 are promoted. I use the same amount of units. You want to get these. When you have you want to get one of these at least, and you want to get all the venoms. And those venoms are very helpful in a really good amount of ways. I think I can't really explain any more details, but that's all you really need. And once you have your good striking point, just use your defense as offense. And use all the powerful weapons that you can on your second one, then your first one. You want to use your first one as your smaller units that are cheaper, at the same time do a good amount of damage. And at the second one, you want to use your more expensive ones, but do a great amount of damage and used for, you know, more better purposes. So they're completely separate. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope this helped, and also kind of stopped this little bit of a flame war going on here, or maybe probably made it worse. But I mean, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.